MIX station.
Yes. Lord, watch the honeys on this one right here, baby. Where you at, Kill me? Yeah. Is that Ashley right there? Hey, Miss Ashley. You bring Miss Yvette with you. Yes. Miss Ashley. Miss Yvette. Hey, Deuce, it's your turn to burn.
When I'm straight, show 'em how we rockin' the club. I'm straight, pop a couple bottles of bud. And I'm straight, 21st in the middle with thugs. And you straight, and I'm straight, well, and I'm straight, yeah. Show 'em how we rockin' the club. And I'm straight, pop a couple bottles of bud. And I'm straight, ladies at the top and the babies with thugs. And you straight, and I'm straight, so there go. Straight as the boy, they're all when we come together. If we never level, they go, it would never. Straight as the border road when we come together. It's another level, they go, it's with never. I gotta freak my opponent like a W reverse. Call me a lesson, because I'm freaking the first. On the shows, how we rockin' the club. Can't steal this when we got to rock with the club. Look at the hater, can't stand the hater. So I ride up on them like an escalator. You know the band, we a wickedness. Find another band that burn like incense. Well, I'm straight. Show 'em how we rockin' the club. And I'm straight. Pop a couple bottles of bud. And I'm straight. 20 acres in the building with thugs. And you straight. And I'm straight. Well, and I'm straight. Show 'em how we rockin' the club. And I'm straight. Pop a couple bottles of bud. And I'm straight. And CJ in the building with thugs. And you straight. And I'm straight. What I say, what? Straight as the boy, they're all when we come together. It's another level, they go, it's with the fool. And we stay, straight as the boy, they're all when we come together. It's another level, because it's with the fool. We stay. Hey yo, one, do a big like big pun. Hey yo, two, I'ma keep it live for you. Hey yo, three, never get the go up for free. Hey yo, four, I'ma make you rock. 4, 5, people up with the winners man alive. 6, keep the facts, we got a mix. Hey yo, 7, I'ma like 7, 11. Hey yo, 8, is it alright if I skate? When I'm straight, I'm the rock at the club. And I'm straight, pop a couple bottles of blood. And you straight, nigga heights in the building with thugs. And you straight, and I'm straight. When I'm straight, show 'em how we rock at the club. And I'm straight, pop a couple bottles of blood. And I'm straight, you in the building with thugs. And you straight, and I'm straight.
Always rocking with DJ Dynamite.
DMV gon' hear this loud and clear. Unbreakable. Oh yeah, we gon' get into it just like this, DMV. Oh yeah, we gon' get into it just like this, DMV.
Here we go in the studio. We back on another Touchy-Topic Tuesday. With Tuesday ain't just for tacos. Y'all know we in the house. We about to wrap it up a little bit with our crowd. We want y'all to call in. Remember, everybody, that everybody's opinion is their opinion. So I'm here with my co-hosts. Who we got on the show?
Hey, Trina Love in the house. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Touchy-Topic Tuesday.
Yeah, you got Tony Wolf here. Today is an open day. We're going to talk about whatever you want to talk about today. So it's no holds bars, you know. And like we say, the topic is not too touchy. It's not too taboo.
That's right. So feel free to call in with your topics. Call in with your comments. Do what you feel.
Do what you feel. Do what you feel, because it's Touchy-Topic Tuesday. I told you, you ain't just gotta have tequila and tacos on Touchy-Topic Tuesday.
Ain't that the
now
truth?
we here. We gonna talk about some stuff today. You know, we gonna get into our topics. Basically, where y'all want to start from? We gonna springboard a little bit on this thing. How y'all trying to roll with this?
You want to talk about some stuff we was discussing coming down?
You can get it started.
All right, so. Trina.
Time out. You calling Uncle Tony? Uncle
I
Tony.
said Arthur Tony. Arthur Tony. No.
What's going on in the truck on the way down here? Go ahead.
Yeah, but we was basically discussing how women make certain decisions and how they deal in their emotions. And so I had made a comment to her that I just realized that women are not the prize. The men are the prize, right? And I say that to say this, right? And it didn't dawn on me until the day, right? And so I realized that when we get a woman so we can take care of them, provide for them, go do everything for them. And then so why are they the prize if we the ones that's always got to come out our pockets? You know what I'm saying?
Well, it come down to head. It come down for real to headship. You know what I'm saying? We talk about headship, so we talk about like it's our responsibility as men to take care of our women. But at the same time, too, that should be reciprocated. You know, because a lot of times it's not reciprocated. It seems like sometimes it's on a one-way street, and a one-way street, man, you can only go one way. And therefore, if it's only one way, then it should be a stop sign at the end of that street to let you know, hey, look, this ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying?
All right, well,
and I agree. But he's talking about overall. He's saying men are the prize overall.
Well, we are. I mean, basically, because for real, truthfully, it's a balance. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to compliment one another. You know, so. In reality, yeah, we are a prize, just like y'all a prize.
So this is what I'm gonna go at, because Curtis is the Reverend. So I want to break this down to the Reverend. Reverend, that's right, Rev. So,
but don't mean we can't touch on some topics. You know what I'm saying?
So based on biblically terms, they said Adam was the first man that was created, right?
Sure.
So he said Adam was lonely, so he created Eve, right? A help. Okay, yeah, you hitting it up, because that's what I'm about to bring. A helpmate.
All right, we're about to go biblical here.
So my thing is, if the woman is here to help, why is she being the one that's bringing? You know, she's causing the issues when you're trying to get your foundation established. Because if we got to take care of them, like you just said, and provide for them.
Can I make a comment? Before you get theological on me? But can I just ask you a quick question? Would you be here if it wasn't for us?
Okay, let's go back. Man was created first.
No, hold on.
You can't, y'all. As a matter of fact, let's start this. Let's start this
now. Today, I'm talking about right now.
We delivered the first baby out of the rib. So y'all don't understand that?
I'm that baby pappy.
Yeah.
No, I'm playing.
We delivered y'all first, but then God gave y'all that gift.
We ain't delivered. We ain't delivered that first. God put us to sleep. He took a rib. He created a woman. So therefore,
and she been a thorn in our side ever since.
Please, y'all need us.
Remember the truth
Need?
Yes, need. Capital NEED.
A lot of problems happen in relationships because of old wounds, because of things that's never dealt with, and things that have been buried, things that have never come up, things that we never even addressed, and those things continue to be repetitive cycles in relationships. Tony, you wrote that in your book. You wrote some of that stuff in your book. So This the kind. I don't want to go on the bunny trail just yet because we're gonna get there. but what I will say is that a lot of times I think as I got something to do with too that I know it just hit me too. I want to get on this too as well. But basically, what it really come down to, we are a gift to women and women are a gift to us. The whole perception is that how
Stop
we
all that soft stuff. Look, we're gonna keep it real tonight. Look,
Hey.
I'm tired of all this soft stuff with Curtis. Look,
It's not
if a woman
soft.
comes
I'm talking
into
truth. Real talk.
If a
That
woman
is
comes
real
into
talk.
a king life, what does she become?
a queen. She's
If
been
a
a
man
queen.
comes into a queen life, who does he become?
No, hold on.
Nothing.
No,
Okay, let's start that over again.
Because she already know she a queen when she approaching
Okay,
him.
let's start.
She
Exactly.
already know he a king.
Let's do this again.
No,
If a woman comes into a king life, what does she become?
supposed to be his wife for real.
Not become. She's already a queen when she comes
Okay,
in
let's-
his life.
let's
but
try
she
this again.
becomes
Let's
his
try this
queen.
again.
You tell us what
She
you
becomes
trying
his
to say, 'cause
queen.
we ain't getting
Yeah,
it
go
right
ahead. Go ahead. Break it
This is
down.
what I'm saying. Listen, what I'm saying. A woman comes into a king life, she becomes the queen. A queen cannot make a man her king. In the
No,
world sense.
she don't become the queen either.
Because she doesn't have that authority. Why?
No,
because
she
you
does.
just said
She
it.
does.
No,
She
she
does.
did. You
She's
just
already-
said that the man has the headship.
That doesn't mean that he puts identity on. Check this out. So
There you go
check
with
this
that
out.
soft
Here we
stuff
go.
again.
Here we go.
Oh,
Now I'm
man.
gonna say this, right? It's a scripture, right? It's a scripture. It is a scripture in the Bible. It's in Proverbs chapter 18, verse 22. It says, "For whosoever findeth a girlfriend, no. Whoever findeth a woman, no. It says, whosoever findeth a wife. So therefore, it wasn't man that made her the wife already. It's the fact that women need wives and carry themselves as wives. So what I'm saying is that as a woman, she is already a queen. A crown is already placed upon her head by God. As a man, we're supposed to recognize that she is a queen, respect her as a queen, love her and honor her as a queen. But too many people out here, we got that crackerjack mentality, that crackerjack cereal mentality. Let me tell you what that is. So
Preach, brother.
what that is that, now I've been guilty of it before too. So what that is like when I was younger, I go to the grocery store with my mother and I see a cereal I like or Cracker Jacks I like. I say because I want the tattoo out the Cracker Jack, or even I want this prize out the cereal. So I'll be like, Mom, let me get that. Let me get that cereal right there. Ooh, that's the good cereal. That's a good cereal. Knowing I don't even really want the cereal for real. I just want the prize. So basically, I go get the prize. I say everything I want to say, do everything I gotta do to get the cereal. Then when I get it home, I put my hand in the box, grab the prize out the box, then I leave the cereal right there discarded and use, and nobody want to put their hands on it because I done had my hand all in it. And that's how men treat women nowadays, which now brings the problem, because now they've been treated this way repetitively by men who haven't recognized that they're kings, because if you recognize you're a king, you're not going to treat a woman as less than a queen.
All that philosophical bull crap.
Yeah,
Let's
so-
go back to the beginning.
So then,
when Adam was
down.
here, Adam didn't have no problem. He was seeing through the garden. He was
Y'all see
naming
what
the
Tony at?
animals.
But
Then
how-
God said, "Well, I don't want him to be alone. He needs a helpmate." He created Eve. When he created Eve, that's when all the problems started.
No, that's not.
She went
It's
out.
not.
She went
It's
out
not.
and disobeyed. She disobeyed Adam.
No.
And the
Yeah.
thing about
No.
it was that when she came and told Adam to eat that,
Let me pull my trump card.
When she told Adam to eat that, now everybody said it was an apple. Nowhere in the Bible does
No,
it
it
say
doesn't
what
say
fruit it
anything
was.
about an
However,
apple. Forbidden fruit.
so forever, why did Adam eat when he know he told that woman it was a forbidden?
So you saying the woman made him do it?
Why didn't he have a mind of his own?
You saying the woman made him do it? So that
Explain that.
again that shows that at the point that you're specifying, the man didn't recognize his authority, nor did he recognize his position, because he was supposed to instruct her, this is not what we do. He was supposed to also be there in the midst of the garden, because he had to be right beside
You know
her.
why?
Oh, he was supposed to protect her and guard her, so he wasn't on position. So many of us have not been in position, and that's where the problem comes
He
at.
gave her.
So
He
we can't come.
probably gave him a Delilah move. Come on, if you love me, Samson.
Well,
you
y'all
will
need
tell
to
me
stop
where your
being so
strength's at.
mesmerized
That's
by.
what I'm talking
Y'all
about.
need to
A
start
woman-
being.
Listen,
Stop
let me
being.
say something
No,
about women. Let me say
It ain't
something
me.
about-
Just like Mike F said, it's not your booty, it's your beauty. Thank you very much.
But let me say this
Thank
to
you very much.
Y'all need to stop being so mesmerized by looks. body, all of it had to be. You brought in Samson and Delilah. The passion.
First of all, he was warned not to mess with that Philistine woman.
Okay, he was warned.
Let me just say this.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me just say this.
The woman,
but they say it's just a friend.
The woman,
they say it's just a friend.
Oh baby,
the woman has always been a weakness to men, and women have brought down kingdoms, empires, and not saying that women don't have their place. Not saying women don't have their place. What I'm saying is that when a man knows you just said it. When a man knows his authoritative position, then he knows that the woman that's there with him, because we're not gonna say she's beneath him, that walks with him, she's supposed to know her position.
But is it her fault that he doesn't operate as he should?
I'm not saying it's not his fault. That's a weak man. Okay. So all I'm saying is that a strong man is gonna make sure in my book I got behind every good man there's a good woman. Why? Because the man gonna impart those traits and those characteristics of his good nature to the woman that comes into his life.
So she don't have nothing to get at him though?
Man. You want to go down the list of stories with women biblically?
We're not talking about all, because listen, but it's one in particular, and her name is Abigail. Now, Abigail, she stopped David
the story from being destroyed, from David from destroying Nabal. I just told that story to a woman.
So all I'm saying is that you have people in all through Scripture that has frailties. We all frail, but we want to talk about not just Scripture. We talking about in society as a whole.
Need your mic on. I want to hear what you guys say.
We talk about society as a whole. So when we talk about society as a whole, it's not so.
Stop all that soft stuff.
He
all that soft. I'm turning my back on Curtis right now,
look,
man.
It ain't
all that soft
stuff.
So the truth of the matter is this, right? It goes back to the very thing that I spoke about at the beginning, right? Problems arise because of issues and wounds that have not been addressed.
I like that.
One of the main things. So we always hop on communication. But first off, you have to communicate with yourself too. If you don't commune with your own self, if you don't do no self-evaluation, like for instance, prime example, I've had my heart broke. Okay, truthfully, had my heart broke, and the reason why I had my heart broke,
because you saw.
No, it's human.
The reason why I had my heart broke is because somebody made a choice to betray my trust. Okay.
So what did David say? David said the heart of man is what? David said, "Don't trust no man." Right.
So with that being said, I ain't saying that I never broke nobody else's heart, but I know I had my heart broken as well. So if I don't,
you want this towel?
If I don't,
you want this towel?
No, we talking about.
Okay, I got a towel for you.
We talking about the effects of things that happen in our life. So if we don't, listen, I already know sometimes you didn't cry now.
Cry where?
Yeah. I ain't never had one like that, Curtis. I'm telling you, Curtis. But anyway,
can I get one back like that, then? Curtis.
You saw how he shut down.
Yeah, all right, whatever.
But anyway, so basically, when it really come down, if I never analyze the fact that I have been hurt, right? If I say, man, yeah, it is what it is, man. It happened. I don't got no feelings about it. I'm gone. That's a lie. You know what's going to happen? Because the next time around I'm in that scenario where it might resemble or look like it, then guess what? Those things, it's going to touch that wound. Those things going to arise again in my current situation because I never dealt with it from my last situation. And that's what I was about to get to about with men. Why is it? So the question I'm going to throw out there real quick, and then I'm going to tell you what I believe, but the question I'm going to throw out there real quick is, why is it hard for men to commit as opposed to sleeping with a woman?
I don't think it's hard for a man to commit.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I think so, and I'm gonna answer that. This is what
go ahead,
I think
Eve.
about it. Please, is my mic on? Okay. Thank you, Marcus. I think that as a man, there are so many choices. There's billions of beautiful women in the world, and with men being more visual, they tend to use their physical a lot, their eyes instead of their feet off of their heart or feet off of their right.
Okay.
I'm saying men in general. I'm not saying all men.
Yeah, we know. We know.
'Cause he used the statement coming up here, all women.
Mm-hmm.
And I disagree
All
with that.
y'all.
You should,
All
you
y'all.
should
Get
not
on 'em,
categorize
Trina.
all,
Get on 'em.
all
All y'all.
women.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that there's so many options and choices that men are always going to be attracted to something new because none of us women are the same. We're all unique in our own ways, beautiful in our own ways.
But when you just got that one, man, go ahead.
Yeah, I said that.
There you
that's,
go.
That's
With
what
all that
that's my
soft
thought.
stuff over there. Boy, I'm trying to tell you, man.
Yeah.
Hey, you was soft at one point,
Who?
I'm sure. And it's not being soft. It's being loving. It's being caring.
I'm not saying that you're not supposed to take care of your woman. He already know. Curtis knows.
So I call it being mature in my view.
There you go with that little Kim Barry White stuff again.
Yeah.
But listen, anyway,
Trina
Trina finished. Trina don't have too much to say anyway, so that's it. You're not saying nothing. You don't need nothing else. That's it. But anyway, like I was saying, right? So I'm not saying that I don't treat women that I have dated right. Curtis knows that I treat a woman like she's like a queen. That's not my thing here right today. My thing is having women who come into your life and then they try to oversearch you as far as their authority or try to be.
That's a wound. That's a fear right there they had. You know, that's a fear they had. I mean, see, the thing is that women have been so independent for so long that they're scared to relinquish control, and because they believe that submission really means that you're a servant, and that's not true. That's a misrepresentation of what submission is to a real man. A real man, when you submit to a real man gonna make you feel like you ain't never surrendered anything except your heart. Because he gonna always make sure.
What's with this soft stuff?
Man,
look,
look
tonight
so
we're not
look,
doing this
so
soft
listen,
stuff
so
tonight.
listen.
Curtis,
so
please.
listen, so
Curtis,
basically,
can you just keep
so
it
basically when it comes,
rough and tough one?
Nah.
Yeah. Can you just keep it rough and tough for one show?
It is rough and
please?
tough. It's rough and tough on your end right now.
Yeah.
So listen, so when it come down to it, right? When a woman recognizes that a man, when she really submits to a real man, that he's really actually not taking any power from her, but he's also empowering her at the same time. So that right there, that's a fear that a woman has. And the reason why I feel that men have a problem with commitment. Some men might not like what I'm about to say, but the reality, if you really sit back and think about it to yourself, just think about this. So we was created, and we are wired for community. That's all people. We're wired for community. So you have some introverts, you have some extroverts, but at the same time, we are all wired for community. So being wired for community, that means we like companionship. And having companionship is important to us all because that means from family to friends or whatever, at some time, even a loner, at some point in time, likes some type of companionship or conversation.
Commune with God. That's what it's
check this out. So check this out. This is what I was about to say. So as far as for
Jesus
men,
didn't want to be
certain,
around
I'm not going to say all men. But the reason why, now listen to this though, this is serious stuff. The reason why that I believe that some men, it's easier for them to sleep with a woman as opposed to commit to a woman is because it takes nothing to sleep with a woman. You have to trust somebody to commit to them. And it's hard sometimes for men to trust somebody because our trust has been hurt or shattered so long ago or even along the way. And I think that's on both sides. Back with what you was talking about, why does a woman try to always supersede or overshadow or do or take control with the man? And why does the man rather to sleep with the woman as opposed to commit to the woman? It's because it's trust. It's easier to control on this side and not give my control away because I don't trust you with my control. It's easier to sleep with you as opposed to give you my heart because I don't trust you with my heart because I don't want what happened before happen again.
Okay, so this is the thing I want to touch on.
Hey, Marcus, am I laying something down right now?
No.
Yes. Preach, Pastor.
No.
Preach,
My man.
You lost for words right now.
No,
You can't
I'm not
even
lost
speak.
for words.
You
See,
can't
that's
even
what
speak.
Curtis do.
He broke
That's
it
what
down.
Curtis do.
He broke it
Listen
down.
what I'm saying, though, right here. That's what I'm saying.
How can you debate that? How can you debate that?
I wouldn't. You don't even know what I was about to say. How you
Yeah,
know I wasn't
but
gonna say I was
I
agreeing
don't
with
know
it?
what you
How
was
you
about
know
to
that's what I'm talking about? See, with the woman, you see what I'm talking about, Marcus?
see
The
what I
woman
mean?
tried to overthrow
Male
the man.
chauvinist.
She told
Can
me,
we say
you
male
ain't- I didn't even hear what I was
chauvinist,
gonna
right?
say. And then she just said, "You want to debate that? You want to debate that?" I was
going on the love
Go ahead
I'm
and
about
speak,
to
sir.
tell Curtis.
Do you want me to lay at your feet so you can?
No,
you know,
that's
want
not
me to
what
roll
I'm
out
talking
the red
about.
carpet
That's not
for you.
You
Obviously, or something like
a
that.
woman,
Let him get it
a
done.
woman always
Go
gonna get the
ahead.
last.
Go
The woman
ahead.
gonna always
Get
get
your
the last
point across.
word. You know what I'm saying? Woman gonna
Yeah.
always get the last word.
beg
You
your
know what I'm saying? You can't win. You tell a woman, okay, baby, you right. What you mean I'm right, baby? You can't do that. What you mean I can't do that?
You've been dealing with some angry women, haven't you?
No, I have not.
That
What
come
I'm
up
trying
with
to do-
that much aggression.
No,
No,
what I'm trying to do.
You know why he get that type of women though? Because you hear him in here. I ain't with that soft stuff. Well, I ain't giving you no soft stuff.
Yeah, I don't have. That's not.
I beg your conscience.
That's not my issue. You know what I'm saying? Y'all been around. You already know how.
Nah, we know
I
you're
am.
not
You know,
really.
yeah. My thing is,
know you're not really
I
like
just
that.
love to
Yeah, no.
express myself that way.
This is a
because
character.
It's a real thing when a woman gives herself to a man and she continues to get hurt. That's why I'm so harsh when I say stuff regarding women, because our women always call me, my friends, and they be like, Tony, I'm going there, and I be like, why do you keep calling me and you keep letting this dude
Because
back into
people-
your life? That's why I'm so
But just
upset.
let me give you-
That's why I'm so heated.
Let me give you an example.
Throw the towel in
this
there.
Is serious. This is serious.
All right, go ahead. We're gonna say Trey.
Let me change the tune a little bit, okay? Women that are, like, say they're in abusive relationships, whether it's emotional, physical, sexual, if a woman that goes to your point, when you've been hurt, you got to take time to heal. Usually with anyone, especially with women, we tend to go back into the same type of behavior because that's what we're used to. You know, I found myself going to bad man after bad man, abusive man after abusive man, because that's what I knew, and I didn't really take the time to really love myself and deal with me. So to your point, you said, well, why do you keep going through this? Why do you keep going through this?
We discussed that coming up here. You keep going back to the same thing.
I'm not saying using that as a crutch, but that happens a lot, with us.
Well, I believe that's on both sides, though. I believe, and truthfully, like, no one just goes into a relationship or start talking to somebody expecting it to turn out that way. But when you start seeing those particular traits in that person again, you got to really ask yourself, what am I putting out that's drawing these type of people
Thank
to
you.
me?
That's what I told
Yeah,
you.
that
you just
too,
hit it on
that
point,
too.
Chris. That's what I said.
That too.
You bringing out. That's why I told. What I said I don't want no. What I said I don't want around me.
You don't want no drama. You don't want no. You didn't say drama, but you said negativity.
I told her. I said, Trina, I don't want no negativity because that's the energy. You know that Curtis about the world. And I said a lot of good stuff happens for me because I keep all the negative stuff. And people understand. They be like, Slim, you always smiling, man. You always jovial. I said, Slim, I face everything like everybody in this world does. But it's how I deal with those things when they arise in my life. Meaning I do Jamie Foxx. You know what I'm saying? I shut it off. And that's all I'm saying is that a lot of my women friends, man, I adore these young ladies. I adore these young ladies and everything. But the thing about it is I'm like, when someone shows you who they are, just believe them. You know, Curtis said it earlier about trust. My thing is, you have to trust in every aspect. I was thinking about this today, actually, when I was going downtown. I said, we go to restaurants and trust the waiter to bring our food. We trust the cooks. We trust the elevator we get on. We trust the bus driver that drives us. So we don't even know we're working in faith every day when we go out. But we don't utilize. That's why I tell women, I say, you got to understand, if you see yourself as better than the person who you with that's treating you bad, you're not loving yourself the way you should. And that's why I was telling my friend Tamika, I was telling her, I said, the greatest love of all, Whitney Houston said, was what?
Children are our future. Need to fairly watch them lead the way.
But she said the greatest love of all is inside of you. So you got to start loving you first before anybody else can bring that. And that's go back to what Curtis was saying about what you put out is what you draw in.
And that's the truth. I mean, really it does come down to, like, truthfully, you know, when it really comes down to it, you say to yourself, okay, well, boom, I'm not going to deal with that type of situation no more. And I agree with Wolf to a certain degree, right? Because I believe that everybody has some type of baggage. I believe that no person is exempt from being I guess having a part, maybe in a breakup, maybe in a failure of communication, because we all have certain things that we all deal with. But so at certain times, and we got on this topic before in one of our other conversations, when is enough is enough. Sometimes you have to decide when is enough enough, but then sometimes you can't say enough is enough because what that situation is, it's not a deal breaker. You know what I'm saying? Maybe somebody, like for instance, maybe you got a female that argues a lot, right? She always want to argue. Now, necessarily, she might not really want to always argue. It's just that she was brought up, if you find out her history, that she was brought up in a household where arguments always ran rampant. So she don't know how to express herself any differently than to argue. Now, when you find out the backstory, you be like, well, dang, okay, well, let's analyze it. But if that person never deals with it, then that person always going to project that in their relationships, right? So now, but say you find out that's how you go to her mother house or something. Everybody yelling all the time. Then you start analyzing, oh, that's why she do that for real. Then those are times when you can work past something because you can identify what the root cause of it is. But then there's other times where people, like you said, show you who they are. When you got that sneak, you always sneaky. You always got your story always change. I believe the truth don't never change. You know what I'm saying? When your story always changing, when you tell me one thing and the next thing I know you done added 5 other things in it and subtracted 3. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, really, is that the truth? So those are the things like that. Those are things you be like, I ain't gonna deal with because you see all those flags. You just know for a fact that, this ain't right. But it's certain things you can work with people. Certain people you just don't cut off right away, and then you give them opportunity. Sometimes you give them enough rope to hang themselves, right? Mm-hmm. But when it comes down to it, it comes down to the basic principle of this. Whatever your issue is, if you don't deal with it prior to, like you said, Trina, heal from whatever dealing with you was messing you up, whatever caused you to act a certain way in a relationship, because we all play a part in certain things. If you can't see your part and deal with your part, then you're going to always do it again, and you can't blame it on the other person.
Got you. Now we going.
No, let me say, I got to say something.
All right, then we going somewhere else.
What you said. Now, for sometimes people don't know, because like you said, if they were raised away or they grew up in a household where there's a hostile environment, that's what they generally know. Like
and I'm not talking about being in abusive, consecutive abusive relationships and stuff like that, because I'm not talking about that because you do nothing. I don't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry, but you do not, because you say something doesn't mean a man has a right to put his hands on you. Right. So I'm not saying it in that sphere. I'm just saying in certain aspects of relationship. But go ahead.
Okay, yeah, but you know how a lot of people don't have patience for that. You know, they see one sign of hostility, or they call it craziness, they're out the door. So now the person has to, is going to the next relationship or the next person doing the exact same thing. It takes a man to take the time, and this could happen on both sides, but it takes the time and have the patience with that person to help them through it.
Help them through what? Man, you must be out your car picking mine. Everybody helping you through it. You better go to see that therapist.
That goes back to my point. That goes back to my point. Some people are used to being that way all of their lives. If they were raised and grew up that way, maybe that's how they're used to dealing with them.
I get you. I got you.
That's how they.
I want to move somewhere. I want to move somewhere else now.
There's a fine line in that though too, because if you argue, if you like to argue, you be arguing, but you don't disrespect me while we arguing, and we just argue. That's something different.
Yeah.
So I can work. I can work through that. But if you disrespect me while we argue,
adios, amigos.
I'm not talking about disrespect.
No, I'm just saying it's a fine line between.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're talking about though. You got little things that you work through. You might be like a little shaky about things that happen. You might get a little anxiety and stuff, because my ex-wife had that. She had anxiety. But when she got around me, took it out of her life. But anyway, next.
He's playing God now.
But this is the topic I want to go to
that's
now.
that very white lie.
But this is the topic. So this is a good topic that I was talking to some people about. All the women that are listening to this show right now, that's online, that's watching us, do you ever go through your man's phone? Can somebody please call in, because I need to get this answer, because I talked to some women who said, yeah, I go through my man's phone.
If you got to do it, you don't need to be in it.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
why would you go through the phone?
I've went through my ex-husband's phone. Mm-hmm. I have, and never do it again. I never.
You might.
Never do it again.
For real, my mother always told me this though, right? If you feeling it, if you feeling something in you, something hitting you in your gut, 9 times out of 10 you right.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you might be right. Every once in a while you might be a little wrong, but 9 times out of 10 you right.
I don't have nothing to hide. I don't put locks on my phone.
Me neither.
Ever since even
I don't put locks on my phone, and I don't turn my phone over.
Oh yeah, I leave my
when I'm sitting
phone
with
because
somebody.
this is what I believe. Right, I'm a grown man. If I'm dating, I'm seeing somebody. I always got friends. They got friends. I don't question them. I don't expect to be questioned. My whole thing is, if you want to ask me something, then just ask me. Say, you got other friends? You got it? Yeah, I got other friends. But if I'm showing you that you're the one that I'm mainly, interested in, then don't trip off them. Because evidently, if you with me a lot, evidently they not with me that often. You know what I'm saying?
But still. That doesn't say commitment.
But can't nobody really be committed to anybody like that, because even if you into now I'm gonna break it down though. I'm gonna break it down. When you get to a woman, what do your woman always ask you for? What she cry about?
I don't know. I don't got one.
Attention, time.
The time. So she just hit it. But Curtis, you got a lot of stuff you do. You know what I'm saying? You preach. You go travel. You got your organization. You got your career. And then you try to put that in with everything else, and then your woman like, well, you got all that going on. Is that helping you build your foundation, your kingdom, or is that
no? So this is for me. Me personally, this is me. Now this is me now. I'm gonna lay it down for me now. For me, here it is, right? You will never have a question about where you stand in my life, because I will always make you feel like a priority.
Man, you always with this soft stuff, man. Hey, can you give me something for this dude?
Hater. Hey, ladies. Are you available, Curtis? Curtis, are you available?
I'm available. I'm available.
The phone should be blinging off the hook right now.
I'm available.
But I have men tell me that too, Tony. You do so much, you don't have time.
Well, why do people want to?
I feel that if someone's in my life, I will make time for what I want to make time for.
Now that's
that
the saying.
Will be rolling with me.
That's the saying.
Much.
You make time for what? What you want to make time for.
So let me give you this right here. They said time is the most valuable thing in life, right? Because you can't get it back, right? Mm-hmm. So if a woman is on you about the most valuable thing in life, that means she gotta be something special if you giving her that one thing that you can't ever get back.
I don't think it's so much as I think it has a lot to do with time, but that woman has to make sure they're special and number one in your life, even if you don't have the time to spend with them like you would like, because you got all these different things going on. She knows that she's top notch in your life, then the rest is. Because
I'm the type of dude, I might be busy all day long, but guess what? I want to see you when I'm finished that evening. And
That's
I ain't talking about come over and lay in the bed with you. I want to see. Let's go do something. Mm-hmm. I want to go spend time. I want to rap to you. How was your day?
All right.
That's right. That's right.
In fact, I might bring you some flowers.
That's what's up.
All right, we got
caller.
All right, we got a call. We got some women in here about to cry to us about something.
Call on the line. How you doing?
What's going on?
What's going on, Chad?
Hey, who's calling in?
That's your hero, Super Tim.
Hey, Super Tim. DJ
Hey, what's going on?
Marcus, that's Super Tim. How you doing? Thank you for calling in.
What's your question, Super Tim?
I ain't got no question. What y'all talking about tonight?
Oh man, we right now we talking about commitment, relationship. We just
talking
going
about
through
women going through men's phone. That's what we talking about.
At the moment. Men do it too, though. Men do it. Men do it. There are a lot of insecure men out there too.
I never went through no woman's phone. I don't care.
Okay, but that is okay.
I'm gonna be honest.
Let's go to the caller.
I'm gonna tell you why, Super Tim. why I don't really trip off a woman's phone, because my father told me, he 87 years old, was a Mac way back, said, boy, you can't ever stop no human being from doing what
that's
they
right.
do.
That's right.
So why
that's right.
he said, if you find out your woman cheating, it ain't like you gonna stop her. She been already doing it.
If anything, they'll think you crazy for going through that phone in the first place.
Man, believe me, they will see you more sane if you don't even trip. And they be like, dang, this person right here ain't even tripping.
I ain't got it in me. I'm putting you in my trunk.
Okay.
Oh, did I say that on the mic? Say no.
Super Tim, what you got to say?
I just had this conversation with my girl recently. Well, not my girl. We had
Thank
a
you. I'm about to
conversation
say your girl. She ain't your girl. Come on.
She ain't my girl, but she's a potential. She's a potential, and we've had trust issues in the past. That's why we're not together.
And
Well, she's had trust issues, and she asked me. We was talking about getting through those trust issues. She asked me, and if you don't trust me, you can look through my phone. I'm like, dude, I don't even look through your phone. You know what I'm saying? Last thing, I ain't tripping over what's in your phone. Whatever you're doing, that's what you're doing. Whatever's done in the dark will go to light. You know what I'm saying? If I want you to trust me, then I have to trust you. So even though the invitation was put out there to look through my phone and see that I'm not doing anything, it wasn't even for me.
move on. Move on. Find you somebody else.
No, let him
No. Give it a Ray Charles. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back.
Hey, Super Tim. Hey, Super Tim.
Listen to me, Tim. Tim, listen to me.
This man.
Tim, you might think
your mic is off, Jack.
Hey, Tim, you might think that it sounds ridiculous what I'm saying, and I understand Curtis got this little Barry White Kim little thing going on. I'm telling you right now, man, when you see the situation as it is, man, you got to see it, man, with your intellectual and spiritual eye, man.
All right, let me ask you this.
Always remain friends with
Super Tim.
Move on.
Let me ask you this, though. Let me ask you this, Super Tim. I say, did you ever ask her, you know what I'm saying, what produced those trust issues in her?
Her trust issues come from past relationships.
They come from past relationships. So this next question I'm gonna ask you then. They came from past relationships. Did you ask her? Have I ever left a question in your mind about how you stand with me? Did you ask her that?
I don't have to ask that question because I know what I've done.
No. I'm saying, but see, the thing is, I think that's what we err at, right? Because you already know what her trust issues what they root from, right? But what I'm saying is too, sometimes we don't realize certain things that we might have done, and she don't know how to verbalize it yet. You know what I'm saying? You might not have really done nothing in your mind, but if you ask her, like, so why is it a question about me in your mind? You know, and then maybe that might be the very thing that she need to look at too, to realize, hey, this is a good man. I'm tripping. Why am I even pulling them through this mess, putting them through this mess? So it could work both ways. You can find out, you know, something that you might have did to trigger that, or she could look at it in the aspect like, dang, this dude really hasn't done nothing like that, and really analyze it, and then now you ain't even got the problem no more.
That's the first thing I agree with Curtis with tonight, about questioning or talking to your woman about what caused the trust issue.
Well, I've asked her, like, what have I done, and the things that she says that I've done don't even exist.
Move
Like
on. Find you another
woman.
I'm telling him what to do.
But I'm saying we here to help people too. Come on.
That's what I just told him. Find another woman.
Go ahead,
Super Tim.
He like her. Go ahead,
She'll
Super
tell me
Tim.
the things that she thinks that I did, but with no
talking
evidence.
about her for?
Hold up, man. You want people to call?
Oh, yeah, I want him to call, but I'm telling him what it is. You want this? I'm telling this man, go find somebody that he can live his life.
Don't listen to Tony Wood.
Super Tim. I'm telling you, Super Tim. You said the first thing. See, y'all didn't listen. The first thing he said was, we tried it before, now we trying it again. You already tried it, man. Go move on. Find somebody else that can be more.
Is she worth fighting for, Super Tim? Is she worth fighting for?
Why you gotta fight for something that's supposed to naturally happen?
That's not the thing there, because the only thing he knows is what I just said. He don't know the 3.5 years of them saying her being in my life and how important she is to me and what we've established. So what he's saying is irrelevant to me.
Thank you.
No, she's talking about you.
What I'm saying is irrelevant. So if it's irrelevant, then make your decision.
No, hey, Super Tim, I support you, man. Hey, homeboy, I support you, Super Tim. I support you.
I didn't call for relationship advice. I called you. The topic was about looking at people's phones, and that was my situation about phones.
I don't need no advice.
Hey, Super Tim. No, this is how I'm doing.
Let him talk.
Super Tim. No, I got what Super Tim. All I'm gonna say is, make sure you continue to follow us and keep us updated on whatever happens. That's all I'm asking you. Can you do that for me?
I can do that.
Okay, all right. And then watch what I tell you.
So
Somebody asked, why is Tony so angry tonight? Why are you so angry? You should see these comments here. What is going on, Tony? This ain't naturally Arthur Tony here. What's going on?
Hey, Super Tim, you gotta forgive him. He ain't had his tacos tonight.
Yeah, it was tacos. Okay.
On the Taco Bell.
Hey, Tim, no, I'm not angry at all, Tim. The night is just a night where we just free balling, right? And I'm usually just laid back. You know what I'm saying? I'm really just laid. If you watch our show, I'm usually laid back, so I wanted to bring some energy to the show tonight because we didn't have one specific topic.
A lot of negative energy in the room.
But on the real, Tim, I always had this thing about going back. In my book, if you want to purchase my book, just contact me on my Facebook page. And the book tells people
What's
that
the name
don't
of the
look.
book?
It's called Learning to Use Your Eye Over Your E Regarding Relationships. And the book basically says, don't go back. I use the story of Sodom and Gomorrah when God told Lot to leave that city. And then his wife looked back, and what did she get turned into? She turned into a pillar of salt. So my thing is, don't look back. You got to continue to move on. I'm not telling you can't remain friends. Just what I'm saying. I'm telling Super Tim now. I'm telling him some good stuff. I'm not telling you can't remain friends. I got women who I have dated who I'm real close with. They call me about advice with their relationships. I have a fiance who I was engaged to, broke the wedding off because she wasn't right. She's still by herself.
You gotta take
but what I'm saying is that you gotta see it for what it is, and don't let that emotional time.
Nothing worth having comes easy. So sometimes you gotta go through those. Sometimes you gotta go through that. Super Tim don't need the advice.
You keep with this.
Maybe he thinks she's the one. You know,
she's not the one.
Hey, Super Tim,
I'm telling you,
only
she's
he
work
can
through
answer
it,
that
man.
question.
If she
Only
worth
he
fighting
can answer that
for,
question.
if she worth fighting for, work through it.
Hey, Super Tim, this out of respect for you,
3
man.
years.
Hey, Super Tim, this is Tony Wolf, the author. Out of respect for you, if you got to use the word fight in any relationship, you don't need to be there. Because anything,
it's not fighting.
I'm not fighting.
Thank you. You shouldn't.
I'm not fighting.
That's right.
Well, I would definitely use another adjective there on this one. Okay, work through it.
That's
So
striking
work
a nerve
through
for
it.
him.
You know?
That's striking a nerve.
Tim.
Hey,
Tim, I'm not telling you not to remain friends with her. Cut your losses, move on, find you somebody new.
Hey, go kiss your. Hey, Tim, go kiss your boo and tell her, baby, you better come in and
buy her
think of
some
somebody
flowers.
and let you
Buy
go.
her 2 dozen, 3 dozen.
No.
In 5 years from now, you'll be like, man, I should have listened to Tony Wolf.
Thanks for calling in.
Thank you, Super Tim. We appreciate
it, man. Wish you the best with her, man.
Yeah, most definitely, man.
Thank you.
Hey, man, listen here. Let me tell y'all something, right? On the basketball court, you might get this Tony Wolf on the basketball court, right?
Yeah, I've never
but
seen
he in the
this side
studio like on 100
Yeah.
tonight.
Because
You know what I'm
he
saying?
don't drink,
So-
he don't smoke or
I
nothing.
was
He just
told coming up here tonight that Tony, you really don't say nothing.
I did
I
say
said
that.
Curtis be doing his thing, so I just jump in every now and then.
I
so
beg
I
your
said,
conscience.
Did I bring out this monster?
Hey, look. Y'all know what he need, right? Y'all know what he need. He need a Snickers tonight.
Yeah.
Turn back into. He need a Snickers. Somebody turn him back into who he was, man. Give him a Snicker bar.
Yeah, it's
You know,
okay, Tony.
but on the real though, right? Okay, so we're gonna go to another topic real quick. A woman who's married, or a man that's married, dating. Do you think they should date while they still married, or
Of
should they
course.
wait to? You can date while you still married.
Oh, you talking about?
No, I'm
each,
saying.
I thought you were
I'm
talking about each other.
No, I'm talking about when you're still
Outside.
married.
Sorry, I misunderstood.
When a male or female, when a man or woman is still married, whatever the situation is, we don't know, separated, whatever. Should they still be dating other people, or should they wait until the relationship is
Should they be finalized? Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. Truthfully, yeah. I mean, for real, you should really wait till everything is finalized. You know what I'm saying? Now, me personally, you know, I actually did date somebody after I got out of my relationship, my marriage, and just knowing for real that again, there's that companionship. I'm just basically saying like I was out of order for real. You know what I'm saying? I should have waited till everything was finalized, came out, you know, dealt with whatever my issues were, the reason why I even felt like I needed to date somebody. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, just being honest, I mean, you can't be transparent with yourself, can't be honest with yourself, then who you gonna be honest with? You know what I'm saying? I had to deal with an issue in my own heart for real that made me feel like that I had to go date somebody. You know what I'm saying? Maybe and for real, the truth is the fact that something that I thought shouldn't have failed. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, nobody that really wants to be married goes into a marriage and want to fail. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, I felt like that I had to show myself that I wasn't a failure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And looking back, you know, it really wasn't just that. It was just the fact that man, I wanted somebody in my life. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you shouldn't
date.
My
towel?
You should. Yeah, throw me the towel. But nah, you shouldn't date. You should wait for real. You should give yourself some time for real. You know, you should really give yourself some time.
You know why I believe that? Just me, and then I apologize for interrupting you. But the reason I believe it is because sometimes you might go back to that person, and that's why. And if you got that other person that you're dating while you're still married, then they get all caught up in you. Then you say, "Me and my spouse want to work it out,"
and that's wrong. That's wrong. That's
wrong
on more
levels. That's why I asked that.
So that's the reason. Is that the reason why you shouldn't? Because there's a possibility of.
I'm not telling nobody what to do. I said, "What do you think?" Like I said, everybody
got an opinion.
That's what we
said. But I spoke a fact. But yeah, truthfully though, like for real, I think with anything, you know, when you really have been in a committed relationship, whether it's a marriage or committed relationship, long term, you should give yourself time to heal, whatever that. Because for real, you might say, I ain't leave with no scar, I ain't leave with no wound. Well, you know, you did.
Yeah, you did.
You did.
I know a couple that went through separation, and the guy was saying, oh, he told his wife when they were separated, I can't be alone. You know, we can't be friends. We can't if we're not together, and I can't be alone. So he went on and bounced to the next person, and bounced to the next person.
And that's what happened.
And that's a deep issue too, though.
His heart is not healed, you know. And I feel sorry for
the person that he brings into his life,
right? Because you crushing
all
you
that
crush.
Baggage
That's a serial in it. Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? You going after that prize because for real, it's easier just to get what you want, deal with a woman, to get what you want, as opposed to commit to them.
Right.
And if you just constantly serial dating like that, and not really, because for real, back to the point of looking at a woman as a queen, you know, when you really talking to somebody, I've seen this plenty of times on social media. A meme says, "Don't open a woman up if you're not ready to water her," or something like that, or "Don't open a woman up if you're not ready to commit to her," or something like that. You know, it's same vice versa, because I always see it about women, but it's vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Don't but the reality of it is that for real, at a certain point in your life, I mean, we date people to see if that person's compatible. You know what I'm saying? That's what Mr. Tony Wolf does.
Look.
I'm just messing with him. I'm just messing with him. I was just messing with him. But I was just messing. But listen, we meet people and we try to fill out to see if a person is compatible. And once you see that a person could be compatible, then you move to the dating part. Because now I'm dating with a purpose. Because if I see you compatible, then therefore I'm moving to the dating with a purpose. So, you know, we can hang out, we kicking it as a friend. But then once I really see that it's a potential of this being something way greater than just us being friends, then I'm trying to date you in a way that I'm dating you with a purpose. You know,
I think it's flipped a lot of times.
I agree.
People go in, start the romantic relationship, date, and then try to get to know the person.
Yep, and then when you get caught with somebody, you be like, no, and you say he's just a friend. Yeah.
So, I'll end that one with just saying that with me, which Curtis knows that the type of person I am, I want to settle down. It's too expensive anyway to be. Yeah, it's too. It's too.
Oh.
No, I bit myself.
It
Go
is.
ahead. Go ahead.
It's too expensive to date a lot of women anyway, and so
I don't
that's
see how that could be balanced though. When
You
people
know
that
what
do
I
that,
just said? Spending all
I
that
know,
money, you
not
taking-
just pockets though.
It is pockets.
We have a lot of different emotions, feelings, and to balance for a man to be able to balance several women, I don't understand how they do it. You know, I just don't understand. It's not just monetary.
It's
Alright,
what
so-
women allow too, though.
So I just got a topic that a woman wants me to address. So I'm about to address this topic for all the women that's out there. So this is the topic that this young lady, beautiful queen that I would say wants me to address. She said, how can a man find balance in his life? Is it possible to be a dream chaser, hard worker, and still find time for love?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is, because you make time for what's important to you. So, and I don't care what nobody else say. This is the way I feel. Period. Point blank. You make time for what's important to you. If seeking dreams and being a career individual is important to me, and also I have somebody special in my life that's important for me, then I'm going to make sure that person feels like they are priority and not an option. That's plain and simple.
All right, so this is the follow-up on it. Say, here's a follow-up. If he doesn't find time, is that a clear indication he is not interested, or he is just committed to his work?
It's not always that he's not interested. Some people just don't know how to find balance.
All right, what about me? Because you know I stay busy a lot with my career. So
well, again, it comes back again to people sometimes don't know how to find balance. So, this is not. I want y'all to know that I've been knowing Tony Wolf over 20-something years, right? So anything I say about Tony is never, slighting him or anything. It's real, because this is my homeboy from way back, and like we go back like Cadillacs. You know what I'm saying? But anyway. So sometimes things are not, we don't realize that they're issues. You know what I'm saying? So my friend, my brother, this man, we be in real serious meetings. I'm talking about meetings where we get funded for nonprofit, whatever, everything. We in meetings with delicate stuff like this. Man will be on, he got two phones in front of him. Both of us got two, but he on both of them. Expecting me to pay attention to everything. And I'm looking at him like, we in a serious meeting, like this man is on the phone, like, man,
multitasking.
Because the thing is, right, it's one thing to multitask, but it don't look like he multitasking. Mm-hmm. But see, I say something to him, he's like, no, I heard everything, but it came a point in time where somebody else had to say something to him while he was out with them, and that person addressed it, and he realized that, okay, I am doing this. You know what I'm saying? Now, I first say that. First, let me say that's a real man to recognize when something is pointed out to him and then correct it, right? But everybody doesn't realize where they're messing up at all the time. So it's not necessarily that the person doesn't care. It's just that they don't see it that way just yet. Because perception is everything.
Mm-hmm.
I probably could have been married by now if I didn't have all them phones.
Probably so.
True that. As my mama say.
That's why.
As my mama say. True that.
All right, so this is something I was telling Trina though about when we talked about the general discussion for this show. I just got to ask y'all women something, right? And I know our man over here, Marcus, want to know this too. Why do women wear these short dresses, but always pulling them down when they walking? Why you got that short dress on for?
Just this in.
Can any woman please call in here right now at 855-493-6499, 855-493-6499, and just tell me, why do y'all wear these short dresses, but then got to continue to pull them down as they rising up? So can somebody answer that for me, please?
They cute dresses. I don't wear dresses too much, so I don't know, but
So
they
don't
cute.
know?
They sexy. That's
So you don't know why? Can somebody answer that, though? I just need somebody to answer that for me.
All right, we wait for somebody to call. Why don't you ask for it, Trina?
Because they look sexy. We put them on. They look cute. They're appealing. But we don't want them rising up and showing all of our goods.
They always be like.
But see, that's what comes with women with some thighs and some curvature, But the dress is still cute.
So let me ask this question to you, Trina. Then, so I'm gonna ask Trina a question since we got the women on the panel. Why do women always say they can't find a good man, but when a man sees them and try to approach them, they give them the screw face? Like, what you talking to me for?
Well, it depends. Like me personally, I can't speak for all women, but it depends on the man. Like if
tell us, no, I got somebody on the phone right now. Hey Q, what's up, man?
God bless you. How you doing, sir?
I'm all right, man. We got you on the air right now. You on Touchy-Topic Tuesdays, man. We got Trina Love and Tony Wolf, and you already know who I am.
Hey Q.
Hey, what's up, Wolf?
All is well.
Hey, Q.
Let me ask you this question real quick. Will you ever get married again?
No, for real, would you ever get married again?
I can barely hear him. What'd he say?
Will you ever get married again?
Now while I'm in prison,
I hear that.
I was home, I would get married in prison.
Yeah. So basically, man, we in here talking about different topics tonight. You know what I'm saying? Right now, Trina's about to tell us about women that wear dresses that's too short and they always gotta keep pulling them down. Yeah. But let me ask you this, Quentin. Let me ask you this, Q. The question that I have for you is that when a man really sees a woman, right? How when a man really sees a woman he wants, how should he approach that person and how should he address that particular desire?
I mean, with us, we spiritual, man, so it's always putting God first. You say approach that person?
Yeah, I mean, like trying to commit to that person or enter into a relationship with that person.
I say, openly and honestly. You know what I'm saying? Everything got to be open. Everything got to be honest. In any relationship, man, communication is key. So, man, being open with one another, man, communicating with one another, knowing what's the likes, dislikes, knowing what's the expectations. I think expectations is really important because in a lot of relationships, we be expecting some things, but if we ain't communicated properly what we expect, that's what ruins the relationship and let down our expectations or things we was expecting from them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, that's good stuff right there. Expectations, y'all.
Expectations.
But the thing that I say about this, see, I'm a deep philosophical thinker, right? A lot of y'all don't know that because I keep this stuff to myself. But anyway, so when I sit there and think about sometimes, I want y'all to listen to this for those who are listening out there. And why do another person has to come into your life and then create a form of happiness for you, and you say, they make me feel so good, they make me feel so happy, and then if the person don't work out, I can't stand them, they this and that, and so you just get what Quinte just said was about the expectation. We got expectations for somebody to come into our life. That's why they said we look for that significant other that's going to bring us joy, happiness. And I'm going to tell you like this, just for me. I'm not talking about nobody else. I believe that you should create your own happiness. And anybody that come into your life will be an addition to what you already have. So my thing is that I'm not taking away finding a relationship, finding what you believe is love. But what I'm saying is, why do we as human beings say another person has to come into your life to make you happy?
Yeah, like I'm so against that term, he or she completes me. You have to be happy with yourself. Mm-hmm. And I think we all go through periods and times where we may say, oh, that person makes me happy. He or she is my happiness. It comes with how you feel about yourself. If you're happy within yourself, then you don't have to say that person makes me happy. I always say add happiness, keeps me happy, or something along those lines. But I don't think you should put all, dependency on someone to provide happiness for you and control your emotions like that.
I agree because for real, truthfully, you have to look at it like this, that you were happy before the person came into your life.
Right.
The person made you happy when they entered your life, but you were happy before they came into your life as well. So you have to realize that person is really just adding to what you already have. But if you don't recognize that, then of course you're gonna feel as though that if this person is gone, your whole world gonna fall apart. Mm-hmm. and that's not to minimize anybody's pain, anybody hurt or whatever when someone they love does break their heart or leave or a relationship fails. But what we are saying is that number one is that you have to recognize that you existed before that person existed in your life. And if you don't recognize that, then of course that person has the power to, basically, I guess, just do anything to you. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
But that's and that's another thing that I always say too, because in a relationship, because trust is an extreme importance. You know what I'm saying? In a relationship, if you really in a committed relationship, you actually do get the power to someone to hurt you because you open it all the way up.
Right.
But the reality of it is that if you don't realize that you existed, you were okay before that person came, then when that person leaves, you're gonna be shattered.
Right.
You're gonna be devastated. I'm talking about to a degree where you ain't functioning. And that's where you have to not allow yourself to get to that place where, because that can be like borderline codependency for real. So you have to really analyze that and see why you're in that state.
Right.
But
right.
yeah, most definitely we're gonna take a break and we're gonna go to a commercial real quick. A little music for a second, and then we'll be back in about another 2 minutes. All right.
And can I just say, call in. Feel free to call in. We want to hear from you. And the number is. Oh, look, we got a caller.
All right.
We'll pause on the break.
Yeah, we're gonna call on the mic. Call on the mic. What's going on?
Welcome to Mix Station.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Who are we speaking with? I have the pleasure
This
of speaking.
is Angie.
Hey, Angie.
Hi. I just
No,
wanted
that's
to make
Angie
a comment
Martinez. Hey, Angie.
No, that's Angela Bassett.
Hi.
Angie Bassett.
Hey, what's going on? What's your question?
I don't have a question. I just wanted to make a comment on what you guys were discussing as it relates to finding happiness in relationships and about a person completing someone in terms of happiness. I think that is really influenced by our culture because a lot of times we look for external validation. I think social media has contributed a lot to that. People kind of solidify their worth based upon how many likes and comments they get. So it can be really, really difficult for people to kind of get out of that external validation aspect. Even with people, I hear men sometimes saying, be my peace. And it's like, well, your peace is something that comes from inside. That's an internal thing, not an external thing. So a woman can't be your peace. She can support you in your peaceful place, but she is not the source of one's peace.
Thank you. That's what I'm talking about, that support. What's your number? Can I get your number?
Angie.
You don't want to taint this beautiful queen. I was just joking.
We trying to keep you safe, baby. We trying to keep you safe.
They trying to keep you away from me, Angie. Hey, where you at, girl?
Who is that saying where you at?
That's Tony Wolf.
Oh, Tony Wolf, you know where I'm at.
There we go.
Don't be faking around here. You know what I'm saying? All over the internet and everything.
Hey, look, blushing. He blushing.
Yeah, you. Hey, look, y'all the tune. Hey, Angie. But you definitely on point. Definitely, we agree with you 100%. People, we take phrases and we coin these phrases and think they factual, but they not, because the reality of it is that hey, the dog is seeking validation in the background. I ain't lying. But yeah, somebody at your window looking in, they know where you at too, Angie.
He know the wolf is coming over.
Yeah, but truthfully, yeah. So our peace should be already with us before we meet an individual. Now I can tell you don't disrupt my peace now, but our peace should already be there as well. And we appreciate your call, we appreciate your comment, and we just thank you for joining us tonight. On Touchy.
All right, y'all have a good night.
You too. Say some tacos for Tony. He be over. All right. Now we're going to take that break real quick. It's going to be 2 minutes and we'll be back. All right.
Go to the
Like this. Go, 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 don't you go nowhere, B.O. Don't you go nowhere, B.O. We'll go shout it. We gon' party like wanna pop bottles like you can find me in the club, bottle full of bug. Mommy, I got the head. You need to take a drug. I'm in the heaven sex, I ain't in the making love. I'm gonna be a hug. You with that kid rub, you can find me in the club, bottle full of bug. Mommy, I got that head. You need to take a drug. I'm in the heaven sex, I ain't in the making love. Come and give me a hug. Let's go, big. When I pull up to the club, see the big green truck. When I roll 20 deep, you know the togas in the club. Now that I'm with Roy, bitch, everybody showing love. When you sound like I do, yeah, you gotta give it up. Homie, ain't nothing changed. Old down, she's up. See nephew in the club and all roll that weed up. When I walk through the club, they gon' take me for a player. I ain't been with no shit. And I don't walk with a limp. All that was up, so much looking like TG. They like me, I want them to love me like they love pop. But all in DC, motherfucker. Tell them I'm loco. My plan is to put the whole thing in a choco. Fully focused, man. With money on my mind, I'm a third over soldier and I'm still on the grind. That shorty said she killing my sound, she killing my flow. Her girl been feeling the ground and she ready to go out in the club. Bottle full of buzz, and mommy, I got the hands. If you in the taking drugs, I'm in the having sex. I ain't in the making love, so come and give me a hug. If you with that kid rub, you can find me in the club. Bottle full of buzz, mommy, I got the hands. If you in the taking drugs, I'm in the having sex. I ain't in the making love, come and give me a hug. If you with that kid rub. Hey, she like me 'cause I'm from the wall and the way I talk. She love me 'cause I'm from the wall and the way I talk. I fuck, she love me 'cause I'm from the wall and the way I talk. Yeah, that's all she really want. Yeah, it's celebrate.
Always rocking with DJ Black Diamond.
Yeah, baby. Get some, baby. Let's go.
That's all we want, to have fun. What in the world don't make this right? Oh, girl, we wanna have fun.
501 boy.
Oh, girl, just wanna have fun.
Freak with you, I sleep with you. If you freaking boo, it's freak with you. I get with you, and I'm picking you. Look, she addicted to the dick and well.
That's all we want.
That's sweet.
Have fun.
Come on.
What in the world don't make this right? Oh, girl, we wanna have fun. Oh, girl, just wanna have fun.
feast from the grain to the break of dawn. They got to smoke down, drink down, and do whatever to make the get on. She asked me, is the big box? I said gladly. The ladies call me Big Hug, Big Daddy. They love me madly. Call this fly hun bun so I can hit the beat now. Have her in the hotel singing, ooh, child. Got to make the booty call so I can low. I got this feeling below, feels like I'm about to explode. I'm about to get down with somebody's daughter all alone. By the payphone, all I need is a water.
All right. Woo-wee. Good God. One more time, hit it. Right on, y'all. We're gonna work this sucker down. I told you we gonna work this sucker down. Y'all decided something good now.
All right, now we back in the studio. On Touchy-Topic Tuesday. How y'all feeling still out there? Yeah, we back. All right, you know, we had that little break real quick. Had to pay some bills. You know what we do. So, basically back to what we talking about on a relationship tip. You know what I'm saying? We was just talking about letting somebody else be, not letting somebody else be your happiness or your peace. Basically saying that you already got that. You know what I'm saying? That you got to realize that people exist, that you existed before those people existed to you. So, you know, we can't let people control like how we stay happy and how we live happy. You know what I'm saying? Because your life is your life. So let's bounce back into this thing. What y'all got for us?
Got any more topics, Tony? You've been on the road tonight.
Yeah, well, I got a lot of topics. So the next topic will be something called, how do you feel about your significant other staying friends with their exes?
If they slept with them, nah. But if they ain't never sleep with them, I don't care about that.
Well, I think it's okay, you know. I don't have anything against it. It boils down to trust. Okay. So if I dated a man that had the mother of his children, you know, his ex, they of course are gonna be friends to raise the kids. But if it goes outside of that, where some,
you know what they're gonna be? They're gonna be friends and fucking.
That's how they say it usually works.
Yeah.
You know, it usually happens. But, you know, I'm secure within myself to be able to allow it. You know, I'm not going to, you know, I put that on the same category as going through someone's phone. You know, trust is trust, no matter what way or what perspective it comes from. So,
well,
I'm okay with
if you got kids with the person, that's something. Like, I mean, you can't tell nobody you can't be, friends with their daggone, children's, the mother or father of their children. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, you know. But I'm talking about like if me and you enter into a relationship and you tell me that that you still friends with your ex, y'all still rap on the phone and all that, but yet y'all used to be getting it in. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna have a little issue with that. You know what I'm saying? It's not that I don't trust you. Mm-hmm. It's just that sometimes you don't trust the other person. You feel what I'm saying? Because the thing is that I know men. Now I'm beyond. You know what I'm saying? Men know men for real. Truthfully, if I ain't with nobody and I'm still cool with you, whatever, every once in a while I might shoot that shot in your ear. Yeah, you know how I used to be doing that. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's some disrespectful type stuff for real. On the truth, you know what I'm saying? If you know the person in a relationship, listen to him.
So I know women know women too, because that's you can go ahead, but I had wanted to touch on that.
No, touch on it, because
I asked.
So you gonna touch on it?
This is.
I want to hear it.
This is called touchy topics. That's why you're talking like that.
So okay, so since you said men, that's just like in the same category. I asked women. I said, would you allow your beautiful best friend to come and live in the house with your man or your husband? You know, whether you're dating, whatever, y'all living together. Would you allow her to come in and stay for a while? Majority of the women said, hell no. Heck no, they wouldn't allow it, you know. So I guess for the masses, you know, you can have all the trust in the world, to your point. Mm-hmm. You know, just certain things certain things you shouldn't allow or welcome into your life, you know. asking for problems.
It was something I heard recently with some friends of mine where the young lady had met a guy, started hanging out with him, and then her other girlfriends who she hung out with, they didn't see her that often. But then when he ended up breaking her heart, she started trying to come back around doing those things that they were doing when he first came around. So Curtis would tell you,
that's not rare.
I know, that's what I'm saying. But Curtis would tell you, I always try to get us to do stuff as a group. You know what I'm saying? So if I always Curtis tell our car, say, look, man, we gonna do bowling, we gonna do comedy show, we gonna do this and that. And Curtis be like, all right, I'm gonna see what's up with me. I call all my buddies. Look, you got your shorty. Look, because I always tell them, we can go out and have fun, do a little group thing, and make sure your woman understand that you have other people in your life and you don't send them out. You know, like the young lady I was dating. You know what I'm saying? Me and her still good. You know, we still go out and do things. It ain't like it used to be, but she got a chance to meet a lot of my people, and I was showing. I was like, look, shorty, you where I'm at. You know, but Curtis know how I am, and now she know how I am. That when certain things happen in my life, I start moving a whole different way.
Speaking of that point, though, right before moving to that point, but speaking to this, so this is a question I want to throw out there real quick, right? If you're in a serious relationship with somebody, and if it's certain circles that they're in that they don't allow you to be exposed to, like, I mean, y'all talking about. Now, I ain't talking about you just enter into a relationship, y'all just start, saying that we. I'm talking about literally, like they didn't took you around their family, but they might not take you around this set of friends, or they might not take you around this set of friends. In fact, they act like that they really not with nobody in this instance. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what does that say to a person? Could you be comfortable with that, or could you not be comfortable with that?
That would be a red flag to me. Red flag right away.
Red flag for you. For me. It would, to me, I would look at the circumstance because I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't get high. So a lot of times when I even go out with the women that I have dated, the friends will be at the place and they'll say, what Tony want? And they be like, Tony don't drink. And they be like, what? And most women now smoke cigars. I see you in your pictures with the cigar. And I don't smoke.
Yeah,
and they say, he don't smoke? So it seems like I'm foreign when I go out. And I don't do certain things like the masses does. So I seem like I'm out.
But they exposed, but she still brought you around that crowd.
Yeah.
But
so I'm saying, like, for instance, like I'm saying that you never even seen this crowd of friends face to face. Period.
Sometimes you don't need to meet certain crowds, though.
I mean, but I'm saying in a serious relationship, how would you
it
feel?
could be deeper than that, though. It could be like a relationship where there's things going on. So, say for instance, she doesn't want to bring her man around because he is, overbearing. He's controlling. It could if it's a situation like that, I understand. But if it's a situation where things are going good and you just don't want to, bring your mate around your friends or a certain group of friends, that is definitely like I said, red flag to me. I wouldn't. That means it sounds like there's something to hide there,
I know it was that always the picture.
But then I've been in situations where the guy didn't want to go around.
Keep it real. That's what I be like.
The guy didn't want to go around. They didn't want a double date or didn't want to go out on group dates.
Sometimes that's a red flag to me.
Yeah, it's definitely a red flag
to me.
But the problem was the excuse was, oh, we're just going to be arguing around them. But then I end up staying home because I'm like, you'll get mad if I hang around my friends by themselves. I'm trying to bring you around,
If you got somebody that gets upset with you about being around who you already been knowing, you need to check that as a flag.
Most definitely.
Next.
Definitely.
So in that regards, it really comes down to, basically, like, for instance, if you're talking about sharing your life with somebody, then you share your life with that person. I'm not talking about y'all just date. I'm talking about y'all didn't talk about marriage. Y'all done talked about getting a house together. Y'all done talked about all types of things, and y'all really are making plans to do that. To the point where you didn't introduce, let's just say you introduce her or him to your family, because y'all really making plans to spend the rest of your lives together, and that shows you saying you want to share your life with that. So if you're not sharing everything, all your life with that person, I ain't saying you giving your bank account number yet. You know what I'm saying? But what I am saying is that I got a call. What I am saying is that is a red flag right there. For some people.
I get what you're saying now. Now it just actually resonated with me what you were saying about if this person seems like you special, that person, he or she wants everybody to see why you so happy. And it's that person. So I get what you're saying. Now, it just resonated on me. See, that's why I say I'll be going to my philosophical thoughts. And that's one of those moments. But go ahead.
That's the doctor side. The doctor.
Yeah, but because we're going to discuss some other things, but we're going to let Trina give the shout out real quick. But what's going on for our next show?
For the next show will be the 4th. We go every 4th Tuesday of the month. It will be September 24th. We're doing something a little bit different. It will be our 6th show. So we are going strong here. We usually we're airing right now out of the Baltimore area in Townsend. We will be bringing our show to the D.C. area. That's where the three of us reside. And we're going to have it a live airing at a Black-owned restaurant by a female named Provost. It's 2129 Rhode Island Avenue. So we're going to have a slew of guests, and we're calling it something like, we haven't came up with the name, but like Stars of the DMV or something like that.
Well, stay tuned. That's what we're going to tell you right now. Just stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. It's going to be fun. The concept is going to be, there's going to be great people, movers, I call them movers and shakers, in the D.C. area. They are doing great and big things. So we're going to have Mrs. Squizit on there. That's Lisa Gale. We're going to have Lavelle Long on there. He was the director of the Giz, and
we having Lavelle Crawford on there. What? I ain't gonna hey. No, I'm playing. Look, y'all are all in that.
But we're gonna have Tamika Joy. She's an R&B singer in the area. We're gonna have Warren. Can't think of his last name, but he's a PR person and he's into fashion. And also
a couple other people.
Other people have not confirmed as yet. But it's going to be a nice show. It's going to be a private, like a private audience because of the size of the place. But we ask you to tune in because it's going to be a really interesting show from 8 to 10, our normal time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, we're
going to make that show live. And it's by invite. It's going to be invite only.
Yeah, invite only. The Provost is
watch.
Closed on Tuesday, so they're doing us a big favor. She's opening up. Miss Nina is opening up her restaurant for us, and I found that to be very, kind.
Yeah, we want y'all to watch that show because for those who are in the business world or those who are doing community events or community. Outreach and things of that nature. We want y'all to be able to call in because that'll be a good networking opportunity for you yourself.
Most definitely, and it's kind of inspired because we're all in a community of three of us, and I like to promote. So I find it interesting when people
like to sell dope. What? She said promote. My bad.
Promote.
Don't love
event coordinate. Promote. I find it interesting how, even
that Lady Heroin right there on Harlem Night. Lady Heroin right there. I'm sorry. This boy ain't got no sense. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's your problem now. You Lady Heroin, you got that man leaving their wives.
Hey,
sunshine.
Look, see,
put your mother on the phone.
Don't go
Put your mother on the phone. I'm not coming home no more.
Yeah, so silly. But I found it interesting, not being from the area. I'm originally from St. Louis, how the hurdles even I've went through over the last year or so with this promotion business. So I would like to, we're going to talk about like the different things that people, the struggles that people had and how they came out on top. They may look squeaky clean, but, they've been through some stuff, in regards to adhering and being true to their drive. So I'm really looking forward to it. The whole Mix Station crew will be there. And also we got some big things coming with Mix Station as in regards to growing. As time goes along, we will fill you in.
All right.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate y'all that been faithful followers. And this is the thing I wanted to tell my team too. So I'm gonna tell y'all something that I do. So I'm gonna see if y'all get this. When I had to go downtown, right? I might sit by a woman, right? And I always ask them. I said, "You got Facebook?" And they were like, "Yeah." I said, "Go on Touchy-Topic Tuesday." and I say push like. So sometimes I'm just telling y'all now, y'all, we have to tell people because a lot of people don't know, and we have to let people know. So a lot of times when y'all see those lights coming up, those are those 4 or 5 women I done met on the metro. That you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
you know,
brutally
like,
honest. Well, actually honest.
No, but I'm telling you, but they were like, "What you
good.
do?"
That's his approach. That's
my approach because a lot of men, they was like, and they be having. Then they start talking to me. Yeah, my girlfriend, this, and that. I be like, look, I ain't right. Just watch the show. You get
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta definitely because we've been getting some good feedback on it. On the show, so we definitely want to get it out there where people can definitely have an opportunity to voice their opinions and bring up their issues and their topics that we can discuss. You know, and I know I was a little energy tonight. You know, Trina brought it out me tonight. We was riding up and she said, "Tony, you really haven't been." You know, and I'm a laid back dude. Anybody that knows me know I'm chill. You know, I'm a fun person. I'm chill. But tonight she wanted fire. I gave her a volcano. You know, and that's why y'all saw me in that mode tonight. You know, and for all y'all women and all y'all men that are out there that's trying to seek a healthy relationship, this is what I'm going to say to you, and this is sincerely from the heart. There's no perfect human being. All of us have our flaws. All of us have our issues. When you find that person that, I'm not saying nobody completes anybody. You complete yourself. When you find that person that you can get along with and that you like, love will grow during the course of the time. But you have to like the person who you're going to be with. And then if you can be with that person, then y'all can, you know, grow together. But don't come into that relationship with expectations, because when you do, you set yourself for disappointment, because man gonna let you down every time. We done had girlfriends, our boyfriends, our mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, children. They let us down. So when people say they did that, okay, all of us have done something that have caused someone to feel like we let them down. So don't ever place that burden on someone else when they come into your life. So I wanted to give that serious a notation out there. When you find somebody, I wish you happiness. That's what my book was written for. My favorite saying in my book, learning to use your I over E regard relationships. The most important thing in my book is your happiness should be the most important thing to you in this life.
Yeah, and I just want to add this too right quick. You know, basically on that note is that there's no perfect people out here. So
I just said that.
Right. Y'all see what I did with. No perfect people out here. But if you find somebody for real, like he said, he did say this, but if you find somebody for real, right, that really, you know, y'all just see eye to eye, you know, that person, like, you when you're not with that person, you think about that person. You know what I'm saying? You hate to see him go, love to see him come. You know, that type of person that you want to, you know, can't wait to go to sleep because you're going to see him in a dream.
Oh,
yeah, that
play the violin, Marcus.
I was just trying to get a reaction out of him. I ain't get no reaction out of him that time. I was trying to get a reaction.
Did you say something?
Yeah.
But for real, truthfully, don't throw. In other words, what I'm saying is, like the old people used to say, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. You hear what I'm saying? All right, now.
Yeah, and can I just add to that? Sometimes people come into your life and you may not realize or look at that person as someone for you. So don't turn your back on someone that treats you well. You know, some people have lists, some people have high expectations. I think
I don't have lists.
Like something.
Yeah, it is right there on your phone.
Yeah, right there. I'm looking right at it. But some people, I think it's important to put expectations out there of standards, but not to, you know, be like,
I love about.
What?
Expect what?
They smoking that love about.
You expect somebody to do what? I just was nice for a minute, and then you gonna bring this out of me again?
I didn't mean to bring.
What did you expect?
Yeah. Bring it out.
My expectations is someone who is not going to question me all the time, or period, like and be insecure about the relationship, and someone who's not easily angered, someone who is not abusive. Those are my expectations. When I see those signs in someone, I am out the door. You know, I will not tolerate that, and that's my expectations. Now, other than that, looks wise, I'll have to be, the best looking man in the world. He does have to, dress, take care of his hygiene and things like that, and groom.
She said you want you use deodorant.
He has to have something going for himself. He doesn't have to have like a 6-figure job, but at least ambitious.
At least a job.
At least a job, right?
Okay.
So it's not, my standards aren't that high. It's just certain things I won't tolerate.
So I'm just letting y'all know. Okay, so if you're cleaning in the bathrooms at an elementary school, she's not against you either.
No,
that's a good job. That's a good man.
Job.
That's a good job. That's a hardworking man. Trust
exactly.
me, I know people that put whole families through college doing those type of things. So so ladies, stop minimizing people's work ethics. Amen.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because that might be that dude that's gonna treat you like you deserve to be treated for real.
Yep.
Rub your feet when you come home in them 6-inch heels. Talking about,
I just thought about
corns,
something
bunions,
else.
everything.
You just made me think about something else. Cause we
What's
always
that?
talk about how we want that person to come into our life and treat us a certain way, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I always tell women when I meet them, I just want you to be yourself. So I just say this in a nutshell. Stop telling people what you're looking for because they're going to bring the representative out.
Right.
So that's all I'm going to say. Just let them be who they are, and then you ain't got to go through them for putting the facade or the smoke screen up or the representative up. They'll show you who they are.
And trust and believe, even if you tell them what you're looking for, they ain't gonna be able to hold it up long either because it ain't gonna be them.
No.
Well, that's in my book. It's like the submarine. I got that part of my book. It's called the submarine syndrome. The submarine must submerge itself, but eventually it has to emerge. It has to come to the surface. So a person's true character eventually will come out. And that's the thing about it is like, I love peace. That's it. My whole thing is this. That's just fun. It ain't that serious, just this life, things gonna happen. Let's just enjoy it.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm with Tony on that for real. At the end of the day, after it's all said and done, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, life too short not to be happy, man.
Right.
Laugh hard, love wonderful, man, and enjoy your life, man. Seriously, man.
Real quick, I'm going to say a post I saw, a status I saw the other day. This man, he posted, basically, someone was talking to his lady and saying he was inboxing all these people, saying that he was being, he wasn't being respectful. And he actually cared and I believe loved this woman so much, he put it out there. Ladies, have you ever seen me in your inbox? And I said, let the haters hate. That's what the people feed off of when they see someone happy. It could be somebody making it up just because they're miserable.
And people will do that. People definitely will do that. And that's why some people don't put each other on social media. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody don't want to see you happy. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that, Curtis. I tell you, I had a million ones. Man, don't put me on social media. I'm saying we do our thing. You happy? We good? We do our thing.
Yeah, I mean that gives some people room to come and start up junk because they don't have nothing better to do with their lives. Some things aren't meant for the world to see.
We closing out. I see this time running out, so let me end it by saying this, and Curtis gonna finish it out. Curtis and Trina gonna finish it out. But thank y'all for coming to Touchy-Topic Tuesday, where there's no subject too taboo.
Because you already know that Tuesdays ain't just for tacos
or tequila.
You heard me? All right, we out. We see y'all next time. All right, now.
All right, have a good night.
We
XXStation.com.